Sorry for the wait. I had technical issues, serious technical issues actually, even before the weekend. This software is banner. It's new. I'm working with them for the first time, so bear with me. But here I am. Anyway, I'm here. I think Jess will be joining me later, so we can uh, we can start. Anyway, I've just seen the Empire State numbers. I think they are up. And when I mean the Empire State numbers, I mean the New York manufacturing numbers. So, sorry. Uh, uh, the output was positive, and positive means another boost for the dollar. So we expect the dollar to perform much better. I know it's not something you much waited for, even if it's a red folder, but there it is. I know it's something someone might be watching. So uh, that was the first number, but it's not that action. It's not an action-packed week. That's why I've not even written any thread about it. But uh, I, what I can say, it's a central bank week because a lot of numbers will be expected from the central bank, especially in Europe. So we'll be waiting Europe and Australia. So something to something to wait and see. And because I think from tomorrow, let me just go through this. Let me go through the calendar first. And as from tomorrow, we will be expecting kindly kidogo. Yes, as of tomorrow, we'll be expecting Australia in the morning, early in the morning. Where we expect some Audi. Uh, Audi, where the RBA will be releasing the cash rate. So, in short, that's interest rate. Uh, Interest rate decision from RBA, and that's the Royal Bank of Australia. So, in the afternoon, we'll be expecting some retail sales from US from the America, the USA. Then on Wednesday, we expect the pound, the British, the UK. We expect the CPI numbers, so inflation numbers from our colonizers. And then on Thursday we expect New Zealand. Definitely, if most of the time they do work together. Okay, it's almost the same time when Australia releases the numbers. I think New Zealand is, if not the same day, at least a day later. So GDP from GDP from New Zealand. We expect the interest rate decision from the Swiss bank. As Swiss were the first guys to. They came in first with the cuts, so it's something to watch. Will they continue cutting, or will we see a pause? So something to watch. So the other one is the pound numbers, the UK numbers, interest rate numbers. So that's another thing. Then the USD unemployment claims in the in the US. Then on Friday we'll be having the pound numbers. So before I continue, I've just realized I need to make some adjustments. So give me a moment, kidogo, before we continue as we wait for Jesse to. So just a minute. So I think I've done that. I've shared, and just a moment. Let me just answer this before Jesse joins. So we continue. Okay. Before you guys came in, I think I've just read the numbers we expect this week, and the numbers we expect. I think I've just said it's a central bank week, so we expect a lot of interest rate from interest rate announcements from different central banks. Among them, we expect RBA, we expect RBS from tomorrow. Uh, on Thursday, we expect the Swiss bank, and then we expect the BOE to come in later in the week on Thursday. So apart from that, we unemployment claims from the US and the PMI and the retail sales from both UK, from both the US and the UK. So what's next? I think I should be talking about is I don't want to go too deep into the economic calendar this week because luckily today we said we will be having something we call um, uh, something we'll be holding spaces to watch to at least explain what we expect during the week. So that one I'll leave for the spaces, and there will be good guests to at least to make us understand what we should expect this week, and at least talk about the last week numbers. So we won't be in the dark about everything. So I want to go back to my forte, and I want to talk about the stocks and what we should expect this what I'm seeing on this other side. So let me just switch to my bread and butter watch list, and I hope you guys can see on the other side. So uh, on this side, first things first, we start with the definitely with the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq later after our Friday session, we saw the Nasdaq trying to actually it broke and it printed an all-time high. So uh, uh, the way I just say each and every time, a a consolidation means an opportunity. So we had a consolidation here, and it is bring the price up. I know it was not the best breakout, but price did break out and towards the direction of the trend. And if we go back to the 15, I just want to show you what happened actually, and how definitely how I estimate my opportunity. So from that consolidation called a triangle, I always repeat because I don't know if somebody is new here. So I estimate from inside inside the trough, and there it goes. We uh, we ex- we expect price to I expect price to go to test the 1950s from the breakout. So have we met has it has the setup gone to fruition? Not yet. Is it trying to do so? Yes, but in the afternoon here, morning for the other side, it has been ranging after printing a high of 19738. So uh, I'm still very bullish on in terms of stock because I think I gave my reasons last time because what is happening and what has happened the past three months is that the stock market is ignoring everything, all the data, uh, the tightening data from from the Fed and trying to do the opposite. So even if the dollar is going up, and even if the central bank is trying to tighten the economy, we can see people again and again betting on the stock market will go higher. So yeah, last week I know guys sidelined, and they sidelined the CPI numbers, they sidelined the pause by the Fed, and now we are seeing higher and higher prints. So uh, is it aggressive is it aggressive is it has it been aggressive kama hiyo time nyingine? Definitely not. So I know there is a propaganda that we might see a reversal. Will we see a reversal? Nobody knows, but I'm still bullish. Why? Because the price action again and again confirms that we are in a bullish environment. So until we see something from the price action, and I don't think we expect to see. Uh, I don't think it is I don't think it's advisable to go against the trend. So and why do I say that? Is because right now, as it is, I'm not here to position trade. I'm here to try and look for opportunities, not on a definitely on a daily basis, since I'm always here on a daily basis. Swing intermediate, make some intermediate swings, and if you're doing that, and you're looking to and if you're doing that, you can't just go against the higher time frame price action. So it will be detrimental. So for now, we stick to the I personally stick to the bullish market until we see a reversal. So until then, we can see what the Dow Jones is doing, and Dow Jones Industrial. I know, and I mentioned last week that it is moving abnormally as compared to the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. So we can see it bound by a good support and resistance. So what happens in the Dow Jones? That's why it's called the US 30. It's because it weights at least 30 companies from the stock market. So, mostly in terms of capitalization, but pia in terms of survival. So ni wale the companies zile zimeji-establish vizuri. So uh, this is if it goes below this support, it means that we are likely to see a reversal. So, and if it breaks this resistance, we might see higher and higher print. So on this other side, the Nasdaq, same. I've just talked about the Nasdaq. There's no need to repeat. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq are kidogo correlating, so they're moving steadily towards the top. And we saw last week somebody trying to say that this is the no, no, not this. I want to use this curve. Somebody was trying to say this a cup and handle, where kidogo I dismissed it, but price action, whatever price action is doing, it's acting as if it's playing that cup and handle. Why I dismissed it, I told you, it's because of the angle of the counter trend line, which why I dismissed it. It's because it is moving towards the same direction as the trend, where it beats logic to be named a counter trend line. If it's a counter trend line, I want to repeat again, it should be against the trend direction, and the trend direction is this, it's toward this side. So if it was like this, against, if it let me stop using that, ndio nisiwachanganye too many lines. So this is a trend direction, sindio? So if it's a counter trend line, it's a counter trend line because it it moves towards, against, actually against the trend direction. So if price breaks, it means there's a breakout. So if the counter trend line is towards the direction of the trend, it doesn't itafanya nini, is will we call this a breakout? Yeah. So understand me, it beats logic, so I won't trash this. I know there are very many things, there are very many drawings to lead to our primary, so I want to trash this and go kidogo chini. I go to the lower time frames, and the lower time frames we can see something called kidogo we can see a setup there where price you can see two trend lines. This is a counter trend line, definitely. The angle of this trend line, kidogo, should we do this? Is it a microphone, a megaphone? We call it a megaphone, where it it goes on expanding. So we don't know, and because I don't play such setups, I just wait and see. But what being very bullish on this, what I expect price to break the counter trend line because I'm bullish. So I don't want to concentrate much on this other trend line. That's why I've removed it. So I want to see price go break up, maybe see a retest, and then continue. So that's what I expect. And being the first day of the week, I hope guys will come with momentum. I hope the New York time will come. The New York session will come with momentum, and if it comes with momentum, good for us. If it doesn't, because I think Thursday and Friday was a little bit slow, but yeah, we expect some good things from that side. So let me before I jump on the individual stocks, just give me a moment. Sorry guys, I'm back. Kwa nimeendea maji. Anyway, uh, this is how it looks. And let's start from Google. And from Google, definitely I told you I was expecting a continuation setup, and pretty much what it did last time. And after breaking this counter trend line last week, we saw price break and then faked out back inside the setup. So we dismissed this one, and if we can do anything, we can connect the two highs, and we don't have a counter trend line there. So tunachana nayo, and we just wait to see what the market will do. Just wait to see what the market will do. Right now, what is happening is that uh, the pre-market is trading below the Friday's close, so we just wait. Can't do anything as of now. So we go to Microsoft, and Microsoft, you remember my position. My position is still active, and I think I'll hold it. I'll hold it until 470. And from the timely, why I'm still playing this position is because as you can see, that's a continuation setup, a very good ascending triangle, and we had a very good breakout last week, I think on Wednesday. And as we took the breakout, we saw price consolidate later in the week, and from the consolidation, we can see more consolidations inside. Let's see how that consolidation looks like. And from the consolidation inside, you can see another counter trend line, which hopefully will break today. And if it breaks, it means price is continuing the direction of our trade. So good for us, good for me actually. So again, and I remember, this is not financial advice. I'm just showing you guys how I do my thing. So uh, and maybe interact more kidogo as I'm doing that. So and as I normalize the way I told you guys yesterday, as I normalize stock trading the way FX is being normalized. So good thing about the stock market, before I go on, good thing about the stock market, you can get an opportunity every day. And apart from that, the stock market helps you to do stock picking. and that's where you get at least opportunities every day. Another good thing about it is because it will be closed at 11 in the evening, and from 11 to 4:30 you have an ample time to do that stock picking. So, and during that stock picking, you check on earnings. If you definitely check on earnings, you check on the health of the farm, you check on the management of the farm, you check on the price action. So you do a little bit of both. You do a little bit of you do a little bit of the fundamental and a little bit of the technical analysis. So always Samati, you're not prepared come the open. So you get to know the companies better. You get to know. It's not all about the economic calendar at your on your FOMC and everybody's afraid of the market. You get. So this is it, and let's go to Tesla. And what is happening on Tesla? Uh, Tesla. Okay, these are my dummy positions that I was scouting on Friday, and this is how it looks. Tesla had a continuation. I think I've talked about this stock for ages. I don't think there will be a day that will be going past without talking about Tesla. And for Tesla, one of my favorite stocks. Why? Because I don't want to say because of Elon, but at least najua anachangia anachangia because I think this guy whatever he built, I think they were pioneers in the electrical EVs, in the EV in the making of EVs. And then there was a good like the first, I'll say the first uh, after listing, and especially around after the corona's your story at your corona, there was a good backing of the industry, and then it looked very futuristic because that's when the petrol iliacha kutumiwa, and after petrol, like there was a time where uh, petrol and oil in short tanked, and everybody was like trying to be futuristic and everything. And the EV market, I think ilianzia hiyo time. Not that ilianzia exactly that time, but it started booming then. So the EV market was very vibrant, was super vibrant, especially 2021. And we see the stock price of Tesla boom and boom and boom. And I think we even had a split, if I'm not wrong. So that's why I really like the company. And apart from the last 2 years, it has not been performing very well. But the consolidation which has been made from in the past 2 years because of doing that shadily, uh, we can see price moving to break that. And hopefully after last week, now not really numbers, but the conference where these guys were coming to vote on the pay package. I think they chose well, and they chose to pay Elon whatever they had promised. So for now, technically looks very bullish. Why? We have a reversal setup on the 4 hour. This one here, and you can see the head and shoulders. I think I'll just Tazirudisha, but you can see an inverted head and shoulder. This being the left shoulder, this being the head, and this being the right shoulder. So we can see the neckline here, and if price breaks this neckline, definitely we can see return of the bulls. And something we call a setup inside the setup. We can see a triangle setup here formed at the right shoulder. So what this means, it gives us at least like I don't want to say clarification, but I want to call it some bit of conviction that price is moving towards one side. So this continuation triangle, it points to the 200s area. And if price obeys this triangle and it plays technically with this triangle and it breaks 200 and it springs towards 200, we expect it means that I mean not we expect but it means that the counter trend line was this neckline of the reversal is being broken, and after the reversal is confirmed after breakout, we will expect price to move much higher, playing what we call the reversal, set up the head and shoulders, the inverted head and shoulders, to where to the 240s, and we continue to the 240s. If it approaches the 240s, it means we have another breakout of the higher time frame setup, and it will mean price will go up and up to the 445s, 440s. So that's why I tell you it's a very strong setup technically, and I know the fundamentally not that good, but I think it will catch up. So it's something to see, to look at, and don't just dismiss it. I think Jesse is here and is trying to rag me and kidogo. We are back. So uh, that's what I mean. I think I advocate for Tesla every day, and mtani excuse. So uh, a couple of setups zile I expect. I think this can qualify as a retest on the higher time frame. So I expect a very bullish continuation. So another thing to mention, pre-market price definitely, as you can see, it is playing below the Friday's close. So justified by the indices, and the indices are red right now. Not that red. Actually, Nasdaq is like at par. It's 0.001% down. So and S&P is 0.075. So it's not that red. We can still do it. Tunaweza rudi tu. Yeah. Oh, I'm expecting a green day, but generally, what is happening? Everybody is like, stocks are overvalued. I think I saw a thread today. Very good analysis, pictorial, everything, earnings, showing earnings and everything. I think it was posted by my trade signals. And what I noticed, very few companies are at par, at fair value, and the fair value of most companies are lower, and the current prices are very high. So I'm not wrong to say that if the reversal happens, it will be quick, and haitauliza permission. So you guys uh, be vigilant. Msiende, if you're holding, hold, but be joining us, at least we be analyzing the charts and analyzing price action on where price will be going. So I have a very interesting add-ons from the weekend. Definitely, I was doing my homework and I have some add-ons on my watch list, and that's where I want to go next. And the criteria I used when I was doing the add-ons, I went to the broker HFM, whatever he offers on the US markets, the US stocks. I ran them through technically, and price action wise, I had to bring up what we call LAM. This is LAM. This is LAM research. Uh, I had to bring up Illumina and the Bank of America. So why I said technically, why I'm not. We'll talk about their fundamentals later, and very interesting. Why first I should talk about Illumina. I mean LAM. LAM is expected to announce dividends. Is it announce or payments? It's announcing. So yes, we're announcing dividends. When? On Wednesday. So as I told you before, when a company announces dividends, it looks very attractive to the investors. So the dividends the dividend investors definitely wanaendaga huko, kila mtu anataka kubuy, everybody wants a piece. So what happens is that the company looks attractive and investors want a piece of the company, and when they pay out, liquidity inaenda kidogo chini on the company side, and the company might do not so well that day because it means the company is parting with some money. So we have dividends on Wednesday. That's why I think I ramped it up. That being one of the fundamental reasons. And then I want to remove this kwanza and show you the technical pattern here. And the technical pattern here is a triangle, my favorite. And price consolidated last week. And we had a break on Friday. And after this break, we expect to see price rocket ship up, price to go up and up and towards the 1050s. So that's why I'm rooting for this company. And let's let's do a deep dive because I think it's a company we just mentioned today. And uh, let's do a top down analysis the way we use the way I do it. So from the weekly, we can see a very bullish. You can see the stock is very bullish, definitely. Even a blind man can see. So we go back to we drop down to the daily, and the daily we can definitely see a consolidation. And a consolidation, what does a consolidation mean on my end? A consolidation means an opportunity, and the consolidation in this case on the higher time frame, it's a good triangle, and a triangle which has already broken out. So if I want to take advantage, I just go to the lower time frame and look for consolidations which springs price up. So what if you were to estimate the opportunity offered by the consolidation on the daily, we can see the triangle consolidation is set to spring price up to the 1100s. So if it's to the 1100s, we can we can go to the lower time frame. Let's drop down. Let's continue slowly. Still bullish. We can see a consolidation, not clear enough. So we drop down further. So we go to the hourly, and the hourly, is it clear? A consolidation, it looks much clear, but not the it is very hard to make entries there. So uh, what can I do? I drop further. I drop to the 15 minutes time frame, and now it looks much clear. And if it looks much clear, I can see another triangle. I do the same. The triangle is there, and what I do, uh, I estimate the trough, and I showed you this is the counter trend line, and this is the other trend line, which goes towards the direction of the trend, giving us a triangle. So we expect after breakout, we expect price to go to the 1050s, like I said before. And if you're bold enough, it can just be an entry to wait for price to have an entry to go to the 1100s. So it's not dismissed there. This is just a setup inside a continuation, like a continuation inside a continuation. What does that mean? Uh, it means it means we have conviction that price is going towards a certain direction. So what do we expect? We expect price to we can have our entry, and after the entry we can decide, do you want this as the TP2, and then the 1050s we take some profit, and then we let price be. So yeah, so that's why it's a very interesting mini. It's a very interesting ticker, and that's why I brought it on board. And lam, if we want to do something about lam, let me go to the overview of lam, because I think Jesse is here. Jesse,
Yeah, good
okay.
afternoon, Walter.
Hey, good afternoon. Kindly say hi before I continue.
So, hi everyone. Apologies. apologies for coming on board very late. I had some things to take care of, but gladly now being sorted. And yeah, nice to join everyone on stream. I hope the beginning of the week is turning out to be quite good. I don't know what Walter has been up to. Maybe I'll catch up, but yeah, just to say a big hi. Yeah, just coming onto the charts right now. I'm looking at my favorite commodity, that is gold, and we have been falling down throughout the day, but we're finding support at 23.16 today, and it's looking all green. Like I said before, I've been anticipating that if we hold our current support at 22.80 to 90, then I'm mostly bullish on these commodities. But generally, my feel on the market today is that this week probably is that we are going to see some kind of defending. We have some nice levels on commodities. We have some nice levels on silver, especially. And as we continue along, I'll be showing you guys what I'm looking for on the matters silver, because it's present me with a very nice opportunity. So thanks everyone again for joining us today, and I hope it's going to be a good stream and a good week. And yeah, we may close off this month. I think we're halfway through the month, and I hope that this month will be generous to us all and everyone watching. So yeah, Walter, just before I catch up, continue before I load up everything.
Okay, I think the market is open, and hey, we can see a lot of dancing, but we continue talking about the lamb. Uh, just a minute. You know, the first things first, you check on your portfolio, and if you're doing well, so don't mind me. So don't mind me. Anyway, I'm talking about LAM, and LAM engages in design, manufacturing, marketing, refurbishment, and the provision of semiconductors. So that's what caught my eye: semiconductor. This we are in the age of semiconductor right now, and anything semiconductor looks, it's a darling to the industry right now. So if it is part of that, it is very good. And if you drop down, okay, I'm in a hurry because I want to go back and I want to go see what is happening huko kwingine because the market is open. Anyway, uh, if you can drop to the technicals kidogo, the actual company technicals, we can see something very interesting, that the reported and the estimate, you can see we've been beating the earnings tumekuwa beat the estimates, but we can see something else, the surprise. You can see the surprise vile imekuwa ikibehave. We've been surprised. There has been surprises, and these surprises, I want to explain to you what surprise is. So before the open, there's something called a guidance, where where the company estimates and tells us, we expect we expect our earnings to behave like this. So there is an expectation from a guidance given from the earnings perspective and from the revenue perspective. So in this case, this an EPS estimate, and the EPS, it's earning per share. So the earnings estimate and then the reported. So if the reported is if the reported is greater than the earnings, it means that's a surprise, and it can be a surprise up or surprise down. So in this case, on, let's say, the Q3 of 23, the 2023, we had a surprise with with a difference of 7.15%. The next one was 18%. Hivyo hiyo imaanishi vitu nyingi, but if you can go to, let's say, revenue. I want to take you to revenue, and we can see where the revenue comes from, and we can see as from, let's say, 2019, we've been going up and up. So that's an upward trajectory of that, and it means the company is healthy. So I don't want to go too deep into that, but uh, we will be tutakuwa tuna break down kidogo kidogo, and what I'd advocate you guys to be very interested when you're going through stocks. You go ukiona the D there, you just press on the D and then more, and then we will be talking more about the dividends and how the reports ziko. So inakaa kama too much work, but it's very much satisfying because it builds some conviction when playing any ticker. So ukisikia watu wakisema oh, Nvidia earnings sijui zilifanya nini, that's why price is going up and up and up, at least you'll be in the know. So tutaenda polepole, but let's see how the other market is playing. So Google is doing bad, and I said, nikasema tu Google Google iko na mambo. Google after printing, should we go back to Google? No, but it has opened lower. Let's just say that. Why? We had already talked about Google when you were starting. So what's next? I think I should go to see how we just want to see how it opened, how the stock market has opened, and something notable is that Microsoft printed an all-time high, because that's an all-time high, and then it just went back in, and just like the rest of the market. Actually, the rest of the market, it has opened up, but it's the first 15 to 1 hour, yeah, market open, so we can see a lot of volatility, which is normal during this hour. So after the bell inakuwaga hivyo. So another one, Tesla is rocket fire, haiangalii chini, we going up and up and up, and I'm very excited because I love this ticker. So we go, let's go. Anyway, same here as what we were looking at. We were looking at Lam, and Lam is doing good, and and it is very exciting. And before I go on, I want Jesse to come in. Jesse, are you ready? Jesse,
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So just
yeah, continue,
yes.
continue.
Am I audible? Just one.
You are, you
Okay.
are, you
Okay.
are, you
So
are.
yeah, the market is open. Market is open, and I can see some of my holdings are quite doing quite well. Tesla is up there, opened 1.1.5 percentage up. So that's a good indication. Um, let's see where this day takes us. Remember that Tesla is just retesting that break from last week, where we saw positive news on the stock. And right now, it's opened up and it's going green today. Hopefully, this can maintain throughout the session and throughout the week, for that matter. Moving on to something else, I just wanted to talk about uh, some of the key elements that I'm looking at in matters stocks, and the price action and technical setup, and the US equity indices will also be front and center during this trading week of mine. So what I'm looking at is that if it had not been for the rise of chip names, Nvidia, and some of the big cap names such as Microsoft and Apple, then I mean, my thoughts is that the SPY and the Nasdaq will have attracted far greater rewards for those who are positioned short on those indices. Yeah, so maybe I'm anticipating quite some pullback, which I yet to see, given that the market is quite green, has been quite green for some while. So the market breadth in the S&P or the SPY is clearly losing momentum, and the index, is hanging on by whatever is trading it up. I think some of these big caps are what are holding us up there, and we might be seeing some kind of pullback, whether this week or in the coming weeks. But it is imminent that you're going to get a pullback for US equities, for that matter. So for those who want to express, a more bearish short-term view, then I guess where you need to move to is Europe, where uh, or in the US, with the instrument being the Russell 2000. I think I talked about this last week where the Russell is quite weak at the moment. If I can just pull that up. So for today, the Russell just opened negative red 0.21% on the Russell today, and I think I'll be continuing to look for more bearish positions when it comes to the Russell, given that we just broken that daily channel. I think everyone can see that on the chart that I just pulled up. We just broken that bearish channel on the daily, and we target will be 1970 or by extension 1944. So again, this is one I'm on the lookout for this because I am short or I'm generally short on the Russell, given the economic situation we find ourselves in, like I talked about last week. Given the high interest rates, I think it should be very, very heavy on the Russell. Uh, yeah, for US data this week, I think we need to find that sweet spot with the bulls, wanting to see improvement in retail sales, jobless claims, and S&P Global Manufacturing and Services (PMIs), which are coming on later this week. So again, when we find that sweet spot, then again, I'll be expecting to see some weakness in the Russell of the US 2000. Uh, so weakness in these data points, so the ones I talked about, that is the retail sales, jobless claims, and S&P Global Manufacturing and Services (PMIs). If those ones come out weak, then I think I'll be positioned to take. I'll be looking for positions, for short positions on the Russell, for that matter. And even if they come out week, I'm also be looking for long positions on the Nasdaq, but I'm expressing some caution because like I said before, we are the pullback on the indices, that is the Nasdaq especially, is imminent, and I don't know when that is going to come. So for the moment, I think I am more confident in taking short positions on the Russell than I am taking long positions on the Nasdaq. Generally, the market seems to be evolving as always, as they always do each and every day, and it pays to know the market sensitivities and the news flow, which could, feed this beast that you call the market. So the risk in the markets does not seem to be building, and I see an increased conviction to play defense this week with the looming uncertainty. We shall see, and the price action, as always, will guide us on the aggregation of all behaviors and beliefs in the market. So for now, I continue being confident in our very heavy or very weak Russell, targeting just as a repetition, targeting the 1968 area, and by extension, we've seen this year, which is of five, and I position to attain those yearly lows because we kind of have a very strong support. If I can just chat it up, we came here before. I think it was, and that is very important for that reason. Confident of short to the area of 19, 19, 19.
Jesse, are you there? Okay. It seems like I'll take over because I think
We
so.
found support.
Okay, you're
Sorry.
back.
Yeah,
You're back. I
we found.
wasn't hearing you.
So I guess,
Jesse.
yeah, finding such kind of support, finding that support at around 12, 23.17 for the day is quite telling of that people are buying the dips on gold, probably expecting that this commodity is going to We had those news coming out last some time back, I think last week or so.
Just say you're disappearing on my end. So
Continue buying gold. We cannot continue cannot buying gold at a premium level or this kind of it was imminent that scale maybe downplay or maybe downplay and break that current support at 22. Walter, what is happening on your end? Walter, what is happening on your end?
actually, you've been umekuwa ukipotea potea on my end, so I hope it affects the rest. But on my end, I have a lot. And first, I want to answer. Hey, hi, Zach. Zach has just asked me a question. Let me put it on. And the question is, do you use the volume profile to make cappuccino? What is happening? Uh, Zach has just asked me, kama I use the volume profiles in my cappuccino, and I think I answered this question last time. And to answer Zach, yes, I do. I use the volumes profiles in my cappuccino. Actually, it's not a volume profile. This is a volume profile. Let me show you what a volume profile is. This is a profile. Just wait. This is a profile. Yeah, kando. Hizi ni histograms, the bars. And why I'm insisting ni different, it's because I use both, natumiaga zote, and I use them differently. So not really actively, because at times I know how to look at them. I know how to study the price. I know how to study price action without them, but it is very crucial, especially when we are estimating the strength of a breakout. So I'll give you an example, and I hope you will be following this. Your star, ni star, the plus sign, because it will be the best. It will be the best. See if this will explain better. Let me look for something. Okay, inside, inside. Good. Nimeona mzuri hapa, and I think it will be small. But inside this triangle, you see this setup. Inside here, you'll notice something about the volume profile, and I want it to become shida ni profile huwa iongezeki. You can't, but right now I think it looks much better. Anyway, when price consolidates, volume consolidates too. So you can see from here, acha niweke hii kutoka hapa, from here towards the breakout, and look at from here the profile, the first histogram. Yeah, when price started consolidating, you will notice something kutoka hapo paka hapa. What you notice, volume ina reduce during consolidation, so it means volume also ina consolidate. So when breaking out, it breaks. You can notice after this candle, the second highest candle ni ile ya breakout. After huku mbele, you can notice during breakout ndio kuna kuwa na a candle ile iko volume backed, and that's why we call ni vile it's not common, but we do say a volume breakout, and a volume breakout is the best indicator that price ime move out of a consolidation, and that gives you not really certainty, but it gives you somewhat of a conviction that tume break out, and then it's ready to play. That's why hiyo ndio huwa ina justify why people trade breakouts. Anyway, enough of that. Acha kwanza ni what I want to do next is I want kwanza nitoe hizi. Let me trash this. Niache kuambiwa ama nasari. Niliitwa ama nasari. Nachora kama mtoto wa nasari. So Let me remove this. I think when I talk about the inverted head and shoulder again, definitely I'll come draw them again. So msichoke na mimi. It's the way I look at the market. So uh, that's one. I think I've just answered one question. And if you have any question, unaweza enda pale below this post, ask the question. Let's interact. I answer to the best of my knowledge. I'm not that I'm the best of the traders, but I'll answer to the best of my knowledge. Pale YouTube, go like, subscribe. And hiyo like button na huko pia kuna live chat. You can ask question, you can interact with the guys there. Akina Zach. Thank you, Zach. Anyway, I'll go to oh that was a serious one. Uh, I want to go to Illumina, but nimeona nini imetoka off the top, so I just have to pass by. I'm just passing by, but everything is well. Anyway, let me go to Illumina, and for Illumina has something very very interesting. Like I told you, I picked these add-ons because of one thing. I picked them because of their technical, and technically, Illumina had broken. This had broken because uh, the entire since March I think. Tutoke tuko monthly ndio tuseme we are cooking anything. So I think from 21 price has been going down and down. So and because we're going down and down, we go lower on the weekly. We try to explain whatever we are seeing on the monthly, and you can see a consolidation there because price is trying to get back up. And yeah, we go to the daily, and we can see a trend line ya kuendelea down. And the lower the trend line was broken, then price comes back in, and then it breaks again. So it can alert like there's something which is about to happen. So let's do a dive. Yeah. Oh, Jesse is dropping, coming back, dropping, coming back. Anyway,
Connect, mom.
eh? It's okay,
Connection
it's okay, it's okay.
ni
Kidogo,
Monday.
kidogo, I'll, I'll come back to you. It's okay. Kidogo. I want to let's look at the earnings to explain what is happening. And first, what is Illumina? Illumina exists in development, manufacturing, marketing of life science tools integrated for hizo vitu zote generic. So you can go read more about the company. But right now, what we want to do, we want to take advantage of price action. So if you are trying to take advantage of price action, the best thing kwanza tuangalie, let's trap up ourselves na side ya what the guys are expecting. So actually, it's a bad company to hold on for long because you can see EPS imekuwa ikienda chini, so not a really good buy. But if you find a sweet spot and you can squeeze a dollar out of it from price action, well and good. But right now you can see earnings has been going down and down and down quarter after quarter. So nothing to smile about. Expectations still low. Revenue, if you can see the revenue has not been changing at all because you can see no, ni kama ziko almost the same place, so it's not really that a good company. But we can at least we can take advantage of the price action. And the price action ndio hii hapa tunaona. And what I had noted on Friday, I noted after this breakout ile ilikuwa inakaa fake out on the upper time frame, we can see a squeeze. And this squeeze looked like this. It looked like that on Friday. So what justifies this triangle is because price has moved from a low, yes, a low. So this kidogo, if it prints above this, we can have a higher low. And when you go back to the weekly, it kind of looks like kidogo it can qualify. I'm at on the monthly. This can qualify, it can qualify as a kidogo a double bottom. So uh, you just take advantage of price action mbio mbio if we have a very good volume breakout. So I'm not saying that it's something very good to hold on to. We're just here take advantage of what is there, what the market offers. Just take advantage of that. If you're day trading, but if you're looking to go, if you're looking to do some swings, or if you're looking to position trade, this asset, I don't think it's the best asset to do so. So here we're just taking advantage of the technical patterns. So that's it for Illumina. And I think Jesse will say hi again, atuambie nini amekuwa akiangalia na technical issues ni gani. Jesse, are you there?
Yeah, hopefully I won't break hapo katikati. But I was very curious on Euro USD. I had
Okay.
taken a keen interest following, first of all, the revision of the ECB rate cut. And now I think last week on Friday, I was going on and on about how that Friday's move really caught me unawares, breaking that key level at 1.07 or so. And now we're seeing price coming back. I was expecting price to come back so that I can, position myself better for better risk and reward ratio. My current target, okay, I'm contemplating finding an entry to the downside. That is a bearish entry on the same. And right now, price looks very much in my level where a short position peak. Let me just visualize that for everyone. Uh, this is the kind of position I am looking to take on the year. I want to have my stops just above Friday's opening price. Sorry, yeah, Friday's high, that is around 107.5 or so. And then I will be looking to target the current lows or the current swing lows, which are around 106, 106 or so. So that is how my position will look like as I key in the data. And hopefully this turns out to be a good opportunity in the markets, because I am seeing price action coming back to that support and resistance, and that is my cue to look for short positions on the same. Hopefully today we don't close above. If you close above that support, then I'll be kind of invalidated. But I'm seeing weakness in the Euro USD, and as data continues spiraling in, I am looking for targets down there. But ideally, I want to come to down to the levels of 105, but I still have to watch out what happens at 106. And if we break 106, then I'll be adding on to my position, looking for more bearish position. But for the moment, Euro USD for me looks like a very good position to be taking short positions. And therefore, I am doing that. I talked about the Russell, but before I go to the Russell, I want to talk about silver, which is again the top of my watch list right now, for reasons that I'll give in the following comments. So number one, we broke above 28.797, given that we had been ranging for the longest time between 28 and 20s, that is 21 for the moment, as I had drawn up on my chart. We currently have quite a bullish outlook on silver and other commodities for that matter. So we are currently on a very upward trajectory. Now we have come back. We have after breaking quite convincingly. We kind of found a top at 32. Coming back down, this was very much expected. So after we broke up, I was expecting. I think for those of you who have been following the streams, I had talked about this before. I was expecting that break, followed by a pullback to this breakout level, which was at 28. Finally, we are there. Finally, we are at the breakout level, and therefore I am taking long positions going. This is taking us back either to the top or to make a new top. So, for the sake of visualization, this is what I am. I was already in a long position at 28. But now that we are kind of rejecting that level, I am convinced that I want to add on my position because I had not taken a full position on it because of last week was quite momentous. So I'll be having my stops below. This is I think Thursdays, below Thursday's low, just below it, just below Thursday's low, looking to take this position back to the top that we have the current swing high, which is around 31 or 32 or so. So for visualization purposes, this is what I'm looking at for silver to take a position, a long position on silver. To me, it looks quite a very good opportunity for me to take advantage of that position, that breakout position. The retest has been coming all along. It's been a stair step down to around 28, and therefore for me, I'm convinced that we might continue with this bullish trajectory that we've been taking on, and for that reason, I'm convinced that that long is quite a good opportunity for me. Supposedly, we come and make a new high, but for the moment, I want to watch what price does at the current swing high of 31.99 or 32. That area, that general area of 31 to 32 is what I'll be taking. I'll be looking to take my profits once we get to that level. Like I said, also the Russell, I think my connection was a bit laggy at the moment at the time. So the Russell again for me just broke out that daily channel, that bearish daily channel to the downside. And yeah. So my top positions, just to sum everything up, I am bearish on the Euro USD. I am bullish on gold as long as we hold support, and I'm more bearish on the Russell going back down to 1944. So that is my positioning for the week. And as we start this week, and I hope that they turn out nicely as expected. But then again, just going back to say that I may not be right all the time, and I accept that. That is why I conduct formal risk management. And yeah, you can see my stop outs where they are, very well positioned. And yes, for everyone who, if you're a completely new beginner, I think it's a game of wealth management, money management. As much as we like to talk about the technicals and where we see the market going, the price action is ultimately the king in these markets, and it's good for you. It's worthwhile if you take a step back and reevaluate or evaluate your risk management strategy for that matter. Mine, for those who have been listening to me throughout spaces that we've been having on other platforms, and here also, I like to manage my positions. Taking a position on a technical position is one thing, but I like to let price action play out. If for any reason I'm invalidated, then I accept that loss because it is a loss that I had already calculated, and I was willing, to lose that particular kind of. The Nasdaq is square flat on the day, no action on the Nasdaq. Again, I said that I'm very cautious on the Nasdaq because I am very alive to the fact that we might be expecting some kind of pullback given that we have been very green. I think we have been green ever since we broke out of 18,390 or so, or 80 or so. We have been very bullish, and a pullback is quite imminent towards the area of 18,931 or so. Therefore, I'm studying the price action on the Nasdaq because I think that it is only a few stocks, a few names which are holding this index up. And for any reason that these big names lose their ground, we might be seeing a very huge pullback towards 1894, and by extension towards 18482. So for that reason, I'm very cautious on taking any positions on the Nasdaq. I might dare to say that for the short term, I am quite bearish on the Nasdaq, given those reasons that I've just outlined. So yeah, the Nasdaq just opening up quite flat on the day, which is a letdown for the stock that I wanted to skyrocket today. But one of the stocks which has been doing quite well is Tesla. Walter likes to draw triangles. I love these daily channels. Yeah, I love these daily channels, and for that reason, I have my lines drawn up. Just came back and retested one of those lines, and I rejected it. I think we closed bearish on Friday at that line exactly. Right now, we are moving up nicely on the stock, and I hope this is maintained. Looking elsewhere, metas of this world are quite down on the day. Meta is down 1.5 percentage or so on the day, and this is coming back from a very bearish, very good bullish trend. Starting at around April, we are seeing this stock continue to make new highs. We just came from consolidation at in and around uh, uh, an expected level of resistance, which was around 470, 480s to around 460s. We broke out of that consolidation convincingly, and now we are taking a step back, just trying to maybe find our rhythm. But Meta basically looks quite bullish, and so does Microsoft. I cannot forget about Microsoft because we had a very key level broken on Microsoft, which was that 431 area, which was acting as resistance for the longest time. I think it's been acting as a resistance since March of this year. We were a bit sideways on the stock, but now we've broken convincingly above that 430 region. Right now we are playing with 442, and I'm expecting that it's all green from now for the likes of Microsoft. Even if I am short-term bearish on the Nasdaq, I believe that a pullback on the Nasdaq will set us on a retracement level. We need to see Meta come back to this level, at least retest it, so that we can gear up for a continue the bullish momentum that we have been gaining since the start of the month. And yeah, since the start of the month to continue bullish, but imminently there is we are yet to see that pullback on the Nasdaq, and if it's not coming today, I believe that it is going to come sooner or later. But my thoughts is that this Nasdaq might be pulling back to around 18 or 19 level, 19 flat to around 18 and a half or 18 500 level. So for the meantime, I continue to watch the price action, barely flat on the day. I think it's the Monday blues or something, but the market is not having a lot of action today, except for the Teslas, which again have come in. They have come in clutch and yeah, rebouncing off that consolidation level, trying to break above, as you saw on Thursday, where we broke to around 190 level, and then we kind of pulled back. But I'm expecting that investors are rallied up by Elon Musk, and he finally received his pay, and yeah, that guy can drive up his own stock in miraculous ways. So I'm guessing that investors are weighing down on what just happened. But for the meantime, we are rebounding quite nicely off of that level, and I hope that that momentum can be with us as this stock continues to rally up. My targets on that stock, the most immediate target is, of course, the 200 level or the 203 level. But I want that stock to come up to the 200 level. Again, you can call it a short-term hold if there is anything like that. And then we want to get to that 200 level. We might expect some kind of market action. And then generally, the textbooks tell us that we resolve in the direction of the trend. And if we will have formed a bullish trend, therefore we might expect that we might be pulling up the 200 level, possibly break it and come back again to the anticipated level of 254. So for the meantime, we continue to watch what is happening out here. Goal again, nothing to report on. Still playing with the daily lows today that we have seen. That daily support is still holding, meaning that the bulls are here and they're here to stay. In fact, I might dare to say that the bulls are buying every drop in price when it comes to gold. Needless that the Chinese time
Yeah. Uh, Ujaongelea oil. Oil. I wanted you to talk about oil, and yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on oil because you're the oil trader between us. Uh-huh. And I think Jesse, Jesse.
Yes, boss. I'm right here.
Okay. I wanted you to talk about oil before I take back the mic.
Oh, all right. I've not had a look at oil, but the last time I looked at oil, I think we were still around that 78, 79 level. Yes, we are quite well within that level. Again, we can see some kind of slowed motion of slowed movement in oil. We are right now we are playing with 79 to 80s level. Last week this region, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, came to this level and rejected to the side. Again, on Wednesday, came to that level and rejected downwards. Thursday, Friday, same thing, came to that level and rejected downwards. So right now, we are quite green on the day. Currently playing around with a 79 point or point 2 or so, that region. But for me, I'm still convinced that the sales might be coming and we might see lower energy prices and for that reason, lower oil prices in the short term. So again, I'm still convinced that if you're not breaking the 80 region, 80.5 of region, then we might be looking for some selling positions. But again, I'm not positioned to sell in any sales right now because I'm yet to see some kind of bearish momentum coming into the market. For that reason, the only thing I can do on oil is continue watching the price. If at all we come to that 80 region and reject it and reject it convincingly, then I might be willing to go short on oil. But for the moment, this energy name continues to, disapprove of what I am seeing of what I am reading from price. But again, price is still within my control that we might be seeing some selling action on energy names. But that aside, I think last week you talked about the petrodollar and how that contract, that long-term contract with the oil exporting countries such as Saudi Arabia, kind of ended. I don't know what the progress has been so far on the petrodollar, but we are seeing some kind of market positivity in that we are registering higher prices on oil, but still yet to break the 79.4 region, which again will be momentous because if you can break this region here, then I'm guessing that price should come and test the 80 region. And from that 80s region, we can expect two kind of reactions. Number one, a pullback to maybe quite test lower and maybe inch up to come and test this 82 region. If that does not happen, then market might be pricing in. If that does not happen, then price will on to come back.
Jesse.
We want, but market ultimately will be both. But yes, I think I'm right here. If you can hear me, Walter. Yeah, so that is the kind of the two scenarios
Continue.
I'm expecting to see. Yeah, those two scenarios I'm expecting to see on oil. But again, for right now, continue to watch that resistance at 80 level. You remember that we're in quite choppy waters in this region. Is I don't want to be taking any kind of positions because to me that seems like a very choppy region where we kind of looking for direction, not sure of where we want to try serving my entries until we can see how price interact with the 80 region and therefore, a better reading on price. But for now, we're in this zone, this yellow zone. That I'm very bad at colors, so I think to me that is yellow. So that yellow region is I don't want to take any positions on the oil for that matter. But again, price will tell us what direction it wants to take us, and we are not anticipators. We like to participate in the market and participate in the direction that price wants to take the market. So for now, it's a watch and wait game. Nothing to report on oil except that we are continuing with that kind of consolidation phase where we are very unsure of prices, and until we have I have a bet where price wants to take us. I'm just waiting for what we will see. Talking of, you pointed me out to Oxy. Sorry, yeah, and we are still in that consolidation phase, as you can see. We are yet to break that support at 59, which again, for me, if we break it to the downside, we clear indication that we might be expecting lower prices on this stock. But for now, we are very, very momentous. Again, it will be a very, very momentous in holding on stock. It's again very prices of where the market wants to take us. And if you can break it, it will be very moment because again, the bears will have confirmed their presence in this market, and we might expect that price might come down to at least a target of 57 for that matter, which again coincides with this particular area here that we saw earlier on in February. So again, maybe taking all the gains made throughout the year and bringing us to an area where we started the year at. So again, for Oxy, if we are yet to see the worst of this stock, then I'm expecting that with the right conditions, this stock can as well see 57 and a half. And if that does not happen, then we might be validating that support as support for the year, for the middle of the year. Then we might be expecting that this stock will bounce. But that again goes to show that energy prices are not being priced in very high right now. So again, I'm very much convinced that we might be seeing lower energy prices in the coming weeks or in the coming months. So again, consolidation on Oxy, consolidation on oil, not big on, not big. I'm not quite bullish on energy names, and therefore, yeah, that is my outlook on Oxy and oil. Back to Walter.
Okay, that is too detailed. Actually, I didn't think utaenda sana. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the petrodollar and petrodollar. We were done a solid in the weekend when I mentioned it during the traders K space. I just wrote a comment. I didn't talk actually, and my trade signals came and at least shed some more light on the same topic because hey, we are here to educate each other and. I just learned that there was no written agreement. It was not signed, but it was like a verbal and it was a verbal communication where they shook on it about the petrodollar agreement. But as you can see right now, there was no direct impact because we have had this before that the BRICS or the Saudi Arabia was considering selling its oil with selling its oil in I think in the renminbi. The Chinese they wanted to sell their oil to the Chinese using their currency, either renminbi or the yuan, and. Since it happened, then this announcement of this time around where the 50-year-old deal had collapsed and there was no huge impact. But what we can see with the WTI right now is let me pull up the chart. Let me pull up that chart. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing drawing again, but I want to explain this drawing. Anyway, first, what has happened is that definitely because of a small impact, tuseme tu a small impact. Since we expect the oil to gain as compared to in comparison to the dollar. But like I said on Friday, they will move towards the same direction. Right now, the dollar is very strong. It's not. DXY is strong, and WTI we expect it to be strong after the contract. The agreement ilienda kapuf. So short term, what do we see short term? Short term, instead, without looking at this, I want to look at this. And looking at that, I need to go to the, so that I remove this part of the graph. Kwa, kwa my field of view is this. So I can see this month, I think, since the beginning of things of this month, we've been having a very bullish oil, WTI oil. So this is a Western Texas. Inakuwaga Western Texas Intermediate oil ama inakuwaga nini? Anyway, it's for the
Intermediate.
US. Intermediate. So I was not wrong. Anyway, this is a consolidation which is making right now, and from my consolidations, maybe uh, these setups don't perform very well. Tasemaje, outside stocks, they are not that good outside stocks, but it is my way of interpreting the market. And from a consolidation, we expect price to spring from there. So Ali still use, not that they don't uh, not that they don't occur in any other chart. They do occur across the board, but delivery is much better on the stock side of it as compared to any other assets. But when we learn classical charting, we learn what we call how people use money. And how do people use money? This is how people use money. And we interpret it in terms of charts. And this is what I expect from this consolidation. It's from the trough low, the trough high, and we estimate from the breakout, which has just happened in the past hour, we expect price to test the 80s. The 80s, when I say the 80s, for me, I think 80.3. And if we can now go back to the higher time frames kidogo, 80.3, what do you see? Jesse, hebu angalia kwa hiyo chart. Niambie where that pattern imesema we are going. Can you see 80.3? Jesse, are you here? Usaidia watu.
Yes, yes, yes. Uh-huh.
You can see inaenda to the liquidity. Yeah, good. Nimekumbuka kitu ya ACT. Liquidity point pale juu. So the buy side liquidity. Very nice. Leo sishikiki Jesse. Hapa we can see price targeting this zone from this consolidation, because if price plays well, ama it's being delivered well, it will be delivered where? To that buy side liquidity. And that's how my patterns work. And I don't want to talk more about oil. I want to go back straight and flaunt my Tesla kwanza before we talk about anything else. So I'm flaunting Tesla is very bullish today, and it is up to more than two,
On.
more than two. Eh? Come again, Jesse.
I'm holding the
You're holding
position,
Tesla.
so yes.
Actually, I'm holding two, so tusiringiane. And it's very sizable one. Anyway, I'm 1% in. I've risked 1% in. Both of them risk free, so well and good. Anyway, I'm not even boasting. I've not even talked about it. So, what I want to, we were going on to next, and next, I want to talk about the semiconductors. So, something very funny is happening in the market right now. We've known in the past, I think, a couple of months, semiconductors have been propping the market. And speaking of semiconductors, Nvidia is down today. Moment of silence for Nvidia. And I remember before we were saying every open we should be buying Nvidia at the close. So it be our statement imeshikwa. Jesse, tumeanikwa hapa. Anyway, this is normal. It happens, and we can see Nvidia started. It started the day high. If I can go to the, allow me to go to the 5 minutes. Sijawazoesha hivyo, but we opened high, went back in, try to go back up, and then we are testing the day's low. So that's something to note about Nvidia. And noting about Nvidia, I think we can go through other chip names. And other chip names, I think we definitely we can talk about the SMCI, and SMCI is doing the same. I think it opened higher, then went down. So it seems to be something which is common in the chip, with the chip names right now, but something weird is happening. On this other side, Broadcom had its earnings last week, and from its earnings, it has been doing very well. And now today we are up 4%. So ni kama tu Broadcom ilipea sub nani Nvidia ilipea sub Broadcom, and then price is going and going and going. And if you can remember, we drew this consolidation last week, and we said if price breaks this, we expect higher. And if you can see what price was telling us that day on Friday, we can see price ilienda to fruition. This setup went to fruition, but sadly, we don't have this sticker with our broker. So it's just something. It's just got to know what the semiconductor is doing. And being one of the stocks, zile zimeannounce stock split after after Nvidia, it is posed to do very well. And as you can see, they have a they have a very valuation, a very high valuation, currently trading at 1800s. So you can see it's too expensive for the common mwananchi, not really common mwananchi, the common investor. So dropping down, I think we can just look for one other. Let me talk about Intel today. No, let me talk about TCM. I think I'll have to talk about Intel because I've just talked. I've just hinted something about Intel. So I think apart from Broadcom, the rest are playing out the same. So they open higher at the opening bell. Then they're giving back gains of the high from the high. So I think it's the same. And now I think I can talk about Intel. And there's no need to go on and go on about the same thing. And price action is almost the same for these chip companies. So Intel worst. Sitaki kusema the worst, but it has not been pretty for Intel in the past. In the past couple of years, because Intel is one of the OG names, and being one of the OG chip names, it's like the Nokia of the Akina Samsung. I think I used this quote last time, and I said if you don't move with the technology, guys companies will come in and phase you out. And this is what this is what Intel is struggling with. And if you remember last week, their CEO said that they will price as a business model, as a pricing model, they will price their new chips cheaper, trying to get the market share. And definitely, it is never something good when we hear of price cuts, because in terms of books, revenue will go down if you sold the same. If you sold 100 units last year, and this year you sell 100 units, and last year's price was 80, and this year's price is 70, 75, being 100 units, it means that you'll go a loss of five shillings per unit. So you can do quick math, and it doesn't look good for Intel. So I'll go up, and going up, I think I'll just check on the health of lamb, because I think I've done something called I've wet my beak there. So wetting my beak means I've entered a position there. So this is what I'm looking at, and price is aggressively coming back down. So I expect price to go and test the 1054, 1050s area. And futuristic wise, if you're coming in right now, we're going to test the 1100s. So before going on, we have a competition which is going on, which is currently going on, and this competition, the aim is to interact on a skill-based level. And this week we are planning to give you the to host the top three of the May competition to show us how they interact with price. So that is the ideal. That is the ideal objective of that competition, to bring these people who are doing very well on that platform to come and show and explain to you guys how they interact with the market. Si kila kitu kuhusu stocks pia. Anyway, so they show you how they trade their gold, how they trade their FX. So buckle up, and if you've not joined, there are links all over. If you're on YouTube, I think kwa description yet we have the link to join, to register an account with the HFM if you want to. And even on our page, even on our Twitter page, there are links, and we update every day the positions. And yeah, I think it's something very good to come and at least eh, tulete positivity, tulete skill, si tuoneshane tu magari. And there's nothing to show for it. And gari labda hata ijatoka hapo, it's from something else. So at least let's try and change the industry. And apart from that, I wanted to add another announcement today in the afternoon. I mean, in the evening, as from 8 to 9, we have decided to be doing something called the uh, the week ahead. We want to call the space the week ahead, where we have a recap of what happened last week after the numbers, because every week the economic calendar is packed. So last week we had numbers, definitely the CPI and the FOMC. Yes, we had a space then, but how did the market behave after the numbers? We want to come talk about that. After talking about that, now we go to the objectivity of that space. It's discuss the week ahead. And if you are here since the open, I've talked about the week ahead and what we expect. These are central bank packed week. And a central bank mean the central bank, the region, the central banks. We will talk about the European Central Bank, because I think we can see a lot of numbers from the UK. We can see numbers from the Swiss bank, and we can also we are also going to the actually tomorrow. Tomorrow in the morning, if you wake up early, come on, mimi. Anyway, if you wake up early, you will catch the RBA, the Royal Bank of Scotland. I mean, Skia Scotland of Australia. So it will be announcing interest rates. So Nani will be announcing interest rates, and I think the New Zealand bank will be also announcing something later in the week. Uh, Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. New Zealand will be announcing GDP on Thursday, and eh, na apart from the interest rate on Thursday, kutakuwa na the BOE watakuwa na announce interest rate pia. And then other than that, we have PMI from the US, uh, the Eurozone, and retail sales, which will be announced tomorrow for the US, and then for the UK will be announced, I think, on Friday. So we will have some expectations. Definitely, we build some expectations, because I don't want to say we speculate really, but at least working with what happened before, like in case. I don't want to dive into the details, kwa sababu najua today we will talk about the same in the evening. But we saw a rate cut by the Swiss bank, and everybody wants to know, after the first rate cut, what next. So come in, listen, and come in, engage us, tell us how you think. And from the people who know fundamentals well. They'll tell you what they expect, and it will be a meaningful discussion. So can't wait to see you there, and come just listen in, and like, retweet nini. Anyway, Jesse, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, before you come in, I want to show people that Tesla is now 3% up for the day, and we are very happy. The whole world is happy, and very excited because we can just pull up a counter trend line of the current trend, which is happening right now, and we saw Tesla break that, and it will go higher, and it will go higher. So we are waiting for the 200 area. So back to you, Jesse. Now continue talking about Tesla if you want, because that's music to my ear. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, something very interesting that I've been reading while you were away.
Okay.
This is and by the way, oil is up almost a percentage. I think we're already at a percentage up, but finding some kind of hard time getting past current highs or current swing highs established last week. So again, we are at that particular level. We are at that exact level where oil is trying to break that last week's uh, high. So moving on, still on just as trading economics that has brought something to my attention, and I will read. I think it's already on the screen. WTI crude futures rose above
Wait, wait,
nine.
wait, 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 wait,
Okay,
wait, Jesse. I want
okay,
guys to see. I want guys to see your chat. Praise. I think the chat was the screen was sharing my chat. Anyway, you can go on. You
okay.
can go on.
Yeah. So as reported by Trading Economics, I think we already praised by current prices on oil. So most important to me is this: the Chinese data mostly. We forget that Chinese economy also releases data. I don't know how keenly you follow that. I think most of us are just keenly watching the US data and all that. So after Chinese data came out, it came out. I think
Jesse, are you still there? I can't hear you. Jesse is down, and I think when he's back, I think he will share whatever he was trying to do. Anyway, I'm still happy. I think I'm still on Tesla. I'm sorry. Let's go and talk about anything else apart from Tesla. And I think we've seen the Nasdaq coming back up, and the Nasdaq coming back up. We're hoping for the 1975, 750, and the 19,750, we can see an erase of that sell-off earlier, I think after the open. So what we can see next, we can, I think, maybe look at what Coinbase did. And you remember, I still have that position waiting to be triggered of Coinbase. And Coinbase, I think Bitcoin is doing really bad. If Coinbase is kama iko hivyo, and BTC USD, I just want to see what is happening on that side before I talk about Coinbase. And I think we can see, we can clearly see a double bottom first if you kama hatujaona kitu ingine. So I think this price area it is acting like support right now, but we can see Bitcoin is down. I think one and a half area percent, because it's 1.443. So and we can see it trying to pull back up. And is it good? Uh, is it good? Is it sustainable? Will we see higher and higher prices? Hope so. But if you go back to Coinbase, I think it's doing the same. We can clearly see, I think, a double bottom there, and it, the setup keeps evolving. But if we go below this, I think I'll have to dismiss my position. If price goes below this B point low, I think I'll just have to let my position go. And I think look for another consolidation. Why? Let me remove this, and let me remove this for now. I just want to see how the price action looks like. And yes, we are talking about this low, what will I call it? The double bottom on the hourly. But remember, here on top we had something close to another another double top. So what is it looking like? It's looking like a flag right now. So whatever way, if we break that resistance, we're going top. And now I'm almost tempted to say, if we break this, we're going down. Better yet, I want to show you how I look at my charts, uh, not on a fixated level, I'm at a time frame, but we can go to the daily and see a consolidation tenor where we can move this here, and that qualifies as a counter trend line. So how low can this go? I don't know. Will it be a cup and handle? I don't know. Will it be a triangle? If it's a triangle, definitely we have to go lower. And if it's a triangle, it will go lower and go lower, I think, to this point. If it's a cup and handle, from here, we expect price to go up. No. So that's what I mean. And tusikue, don't be usiangalie, look beyond your nose. Usiangalie hapa tuko mapua. So siwezi kuwa fixated and on the earlier setup at the triangle I was seeing last week. No, you go back, zoom out, look from outside, and wait for price to do its thing. So I think I won't, looking at it from the daily, I think I won't let this position go. One, what I can do, I can just adjust it down, because what I've just seen, and I really like this counter trend line which we are seeing right now, because it means if price breaks this, let's estimate to one. If price breaks that, be it a cup and handle. Let me show you something. Be it a cup and handle, or be it either a cup and handle or a triangle. Something funny about continuation setups. This ABC is enough to give you the opportunity. So be it a cup and handle, be it a triangle, they will have the same height of opportunity. Sijui kama umeget. So that's why some guys prefer not even naming the year, continuational setups, and just use the counter trend line and this peke yake. That when price breaks this, we expect price to raise up to I think around 317 or 320. So that is what I mean. Hiyo ndio the classicals. So we use it different depending on how unasikia inakubambia, and we use it on different assets. But my favorite assets to use to my favorite asset, well paired with the classicals, is the stocks. So that is that. I want to go and talk about something else. We have not talked about Amazon in a long time. So that is Amazon. Amazon, you remember, same. And something good about Amazon, something I noticed the same thing I'm trying to say. I noticed a continuation, and a continuation means the what I'm trying to say, it is the counter trend line. The counter trend line is there, but what are we seeing right now? We can see, for pattern's sake. So for pattern's sake. So for pattern's sake, we can either see a cup and handle right now forming, If it's not a cup and handle, we can clearly see a triangle in the making. So ni either hiyo ama price may decide to go lower, and if price decides to go lower, we can see a very good triangle originating from here. But what I insist, and I am saying again, is that what I am insisting, and I will say it again, is that the most important the most important feature of a continuation trend line, of a continuation setup, is this trend line. So even without drawing the drawings zile mnaonaga nikichora, I can just I can just be applying this counter trend line and playing it. So when I go lower, I can go lower and see that price looks to go back up. Naona kama it wants to go and push out of this, and if it push out, and if it breaks here, I'm ready to play that setup. And I will go against what many of my peers wameniambia, and one of my peers is Jesse. Jesse is short. Is very bearish on the stock market right now, and I saw, yes, even my trades is very short, and now being all of them are on one side, I think I can now play the devil's advocate and say that the stock market is very bullish. So I'm here. The stock market is very bullish. I won't cease or taking taking setups that point towards a higher price in either of the tickers. So that's why I'm saying. And when I say that, I think Tesla's just printed a 4%. So we are very bullish today and very happy to do that. So yeah, leo ni Christmas bana. Up we go. Up we go. Up we go. It means what are the chances of breaking this this neckline? Very high at the moment as it sits. So I can comfortably say that my next play is Amazon. And apart from Amazon, I want to look at this ticker because uh, it had a very good earnings last. It had a very good earnings last week. Adobe looks to consolidate, and like we said, you see this box here. This box here, we were calling it the last quarter's gap down after the earnings. So price has tested this zone, and it is inside this zone, and we can see price coming back down. And should we call it a consolidation? I don't really think so, because we can't see any upward. We can see any upward. We can see any buyers. We can see any buyers. We can just see sellers as from printing that gap up after the earnings last week. So we are not in a consolidation phase, Bado. It's a straight out retracement without consolidation. So nothing pretty to talk about there. So I want to introduce you to some charts. I think I brought up from my analysis, and I think one of them is BlackRock. Everybody knows BlackRock. I think it has been they have been very vocal because lately they came back to the Kenyan market, and after the Eurobond, and it looks like it is very promising. If you can remember a word around BlackRock, so there it's a very good hedge fund, at top of the funds you can name off your head. So BlackRock has this setup. From the weekly, it is looking very bullish on this side. I don't think we should go back to the 2022s and whatnot, where right now price looks rangy. I think from the monthly perspective, looks rangy, but overall, definitely on a bullish trend. And if you can go lower and at least be objective kidogo instead of playing the monthly time frame, because you are not positional trade right now, I think we can go lower and we can see consolidations. Price trying to move uh, sideways before, and then still bullish. I can call 20 bullish. So it qualifies. So what we see with the consolidation at the far right at the far right edge of the chart, we can see a triangle consolidation. This is this is how I visualize my thing. So if you want to throw stones, well and good, but I won't cease to use this. So this consolidation means price is about to break out, and if it breaks out to the north, expect price to go much higher. I don't want to talk a lot about that because I think it's a tad very far from the counter trend line. So we just wait and see how price will do, will play around. If it decides to print another point D, it can't be stopped because it has not yet broken the counter trend line. So that's just one chart we can just be watching. And something else, we have Micron. Micron is on a very bullish trend, and Micron technology, yeah, very bullish trend. And if you can see any consolidation inside, if we can spot any consolidation during this bull trend, we can at least take advantage of that. So I think that's a company to talk about because I on Saturday, I mean on Friday, towards the close, that's when I did my homework for this week. We saw a consolidation here, and on the lower time frame, I think there was like an opportunity which was brewing, and then the price opens much higher, and that consolidation is not it's not to my liking. So I can't see any setup right now, but the stock is very bullish. So if you find an entry after a consolidation, I think we can be looking for higher and higher prices in the Micron technology. So this is Moderna. Moderna the same way as I think Moderna has been on a bullish trend. I think after 2020 kukakuwa na a sell off because nobody's talking about the vaccines anymore. So after 2021, you can see how high it went because everybody was wanted to get in, and because they were supplying this because they were supplying this what can I call them? The vaccines, and the business of the vaccines ikaenda it faded off. But right now, what you can see, we can see price trying to come back up. And as from 2024, since the beginning, January, this is January 2024, we've been very bullish. So uh, what I noticed before, let me just plot it out. What I plotted out on Friday, I plotted out seemingly a triangle which looks like this, and it was looking hopeful. But since there was no rejection to hold water, I thought if it opened higher, we can see higher price action, which will definitely blow out the top, and I think we can have ourselves a consolidate a continuation a continuation trend and any setup to boomerang price much higher. So apart from Moderna, we can talk about Teva. What about Teva? Teva the same way. I was looking for for very bullish tickers, and this is another bullish ticker. And with the ticker, I saw this consolidation, and I thought something can be brewed out of that. And as per now, we can nothing to smile about. You can just see the counter trend line which I tried to draw on uh, on Friday, and expected price to open much higher because if we go back to the 15 minutes time frame, I think if not, I think I know if price opened above this, I think it could have been a fair, playable continuation setup. But as you can see, price is still crashing and going much lower. So that's it on the Teva side of things. And Teva Pharmaceuticals is still in the same category as the Moderna. So that's biotech. So I think I can talk about Hilton, these Hilton hotels. Hilton, haha, I think we should bring Hilton back top. Tuipeleke huko ikae huko na kina Amazon. Why? Because we had a consolidation here on a bullish trend. On the higher time frame, Hilton is doing very good. And you know the hotels, Naju Hilton. Anyway, one of the oldest is the Kenya. I don't think if you're in Nairobi, kama ujui Hilton. Anyway, this seat, it had a triangle. We noticed late because I noticed late. It broke out sometimes last week, early last week. We didn't take advantage of it because this is how it happens. Very many tickers, and if you don't again and again screen your tickers, unaweza miss some trades. But if you miss a trade on the higher time frame, you always have you can always have a re-entry when price beats what, when price tries to approach to the higher the your setup towards the TP, you can have a re-entry. So counting on the re-entry from the breakout, I think we can expect price to go to uh, let's say the two teens. The two teens. What I mean by the two teens, right now I can see the two 19s. So the 219 to 219 to 18 area. So if price is to go towards that point for the daily setup, I think we can go lower and try to look for a consolidation which can give us I think a good entry. So right now, what we can just see a consolidation, and let's go to the 15 so that we can look at it well. So if I have if asked what I expect price to do right now, I expect, since price had already done that high last Friday, I think if we have a pullback, we expect price to go much higher. And if that is the best scenario, that will be my best scenario. And uh, why did I say if? If when is a probability term. Trading is all about probability. If this happens, we expect this to happen, and if it doesn't happen, we don't expect this to happen. So in my case, if price retraces, gives me a good counter trend line from where it sits, I can be very confident to buy if price decides to break that counter trend line, the counter trend line which was printed earlier. So I expect that to happen. So that's it on Hilton. So it's something I think it's a ticker which I should pull up, and I think I should pull it up to, I think itakuwa below who? I think below Amazon. Since the ticker I'm watching, I should be watching it as a hook. And being down here, it is not doing me any justice. So I think the next thing to look at is booking holdings. Booking holdings ni kama nini? Uh, Airbnb. Actually, si ni kama Airbnb. If you know booking, do you know booking? Kama if you've used the app before, I think kitambo they used to come with the app ya Sony. I think I bought a Sony phone and it came with the app. If it's not Sony, I don't think it was Huawei kwa sababu si mnajua tu nao wa China waitikie hizi vitu. We'll never side with these guys. So another thing here, we can look at the booking chart, and the booking chart looks very bullish, definitely. Yeah, very bullish from a long time, and being very bullish, and we can see consolidation since I think February, and inside the consolidation we can even go we can drop much lower to the 4-hour time frame and look for, and can drop down and see what happened recently. And recently, what happened, I think you can clearly see what happened here. We had a counter trend line, I think, sometimes last week. This is a very good counter, which gave us, it had a setup, which we didn't take advantage of because we were not aware this was happening. So what we saw a breakout, and you can see it was a volume breakout too, judging by the bars down here. So the bars down here, it broke out with a volume of around 10.25K, and this is where I'm looking at when I talk about the volume. So that's a volume which broke out of the setup, and what followed was a very deep retest, a very deep retest. Oftenly, it's not something to smile about, but something to talk about. Thing is, prices operating above the counter trend line, and what we can expect price to move much higher, and we expect price to move much higher. And if estimated, we can estimate the, if you know how I estimate. So I from inside the setup, we look at the height of the trough, and from the breakout, I think we can see price going up and up, and we can see price targeting around the 39.78. So you can watch there, and having had a very deep retest, if I was playing this at breakout, I think I could have been stopped out. Why? My entry could have been there, and I think this could be my, naona, hiyo ndio TP yangu. And if I didn't go with 1:2, if I went with 1:2, I could be safe. But if I squeezed in, nitumie these highs as my exit, ingekuwa in deep soup. So right now we were not in that trade. So sitawapea stories za jaba ati I was in that trade. So we go to the 15 minutes. And to the 15 minutes, you remember we already have a TP where we expect price to go. What we want to see some consolidation, which will give us a discounted entry towards the overall TP. So what we can see, what we can identify of the chests right now, it's the counter trend line. And if we see price breaking that, we can have an entry. But we want to see a bit of a better retracement, so that we can at least have a easy, we can call it something, be it a triangle, be it a cup and handle, but we want to see kidogo, see price pulling back, so that it's like cocking a gun. You not even cocking, it's like a boomerang. You just like pull it back and then let it let it go with at least some eh, some strength. So right now, I'd really love to see that dip. We see that dip to around this area, and then price move up. If it breaks here, the short term where you can at least offload your position kidogo, or take partials. I think it would be better if you can take partials around here, and then you can leave something kidogo and let price to go higher and higher. So let me uh, let me pull this up pia, iti ndio isisahaulike huku chini. So I think it is we can just put it there under Hilton. So what is happening to everything else? I think Tesla is on is hii kitu iko inataka tu kwenda now, we're 4.5, and I think my charts are doing very good, right? My portfolio is smiling because of that. And let me just see on this other end. This other end, and I think I'll yes, I was in a drawdown, but right now I was in a almost I was in a 4% drawdown. Let me just pull up and show you what I'm talking about. Previously, my machine was very itasemaje, it was very lagging, so I didn't want to put up a lot of charts. So what I did over the weekend, nika introduce some niliongezea nili nilipeleka quarantine, and I think right now it's better, and it can handle this. I want to replace screen sharing with this window, and I bet you can see it right now. And this is what I'm looking at right now. These are trades which are running right now, and yeah, and that's a pretty, pretty 300. And we hope for up and up. I think whatever is red right now, it's only Google. And if you can bring up some charts and see where my Tesla positions are, tunaweza ona. That are my positions. And to be very careful, I think I can just pull this up to break even of the average. Break even of the average. Mmesikia hapo? Ni the average break even. So I'm running risk free on the average of both. So I know it's much lower kidogo. Sijai calculate in any way, but I'll just sit down na nimefanya a rough thing to do right now to protect myself on that front. But what can we look at next? I think we can look at the health of the Microsoft chart and see if we can at least reduce that exposure. Not really reduce because staki ku offload. Yes, Microsoft. Where's Softy. Yes, Softy. And I think Softy is doing good. And Softy has a very naona, so msiseme ati huyu ameweka sijui si ange sell tu akule hiyo size of stop loss yake. Anyway, it's a pretty 1:3. So I think that one is okay. Sioni kama iko in any danger. I don't think that is it in any danger. If you think it's in any danger, uniambie. But I think that's healthy. And if you can see, if you can look at any other thing, mkiona mahali sifanyi vile inafaa, you call me out, but this is what I'm doing. So si ati I'm not asking permission kwa mtu yoyote. So this is a very pretty intraday trade which looks to go to that's a good 1:3 too. I had told you nime just entered this position, so that's something else. And I think we can see what else. What else can we see? That Tesla, we've talked. Google is doing bad. This Google niliacha tu Iran from last week, ile tu ushaiacha ile trade tu Iran tu, hiyo tunaona Iran tu, kwa sababu ikiendea stop loss sawa. That's how I'm doing this week. And yeah, I was in a drawdown earlier this month, but yeah, tuone iki you can see it recovering, and I'm feeling very good about it. So yeah, nikakula some dents last week. So since we know how to come out of that, we can go on. What are we looking at? We can go back to the indices, and the indices are up, and they are up. And I wanted to ask Nani, to ask Jesse kama angekuwa hapa aseme today if he will be bullish or bearish. And I think he was very bearish, trying to sell the Russell. Why I don't talk about the Russell is this. I don't talk about the Russell because I don't like trading small caps. Why? Small caps, yes, hata kama nilikuwa naondokea the momentum ya FX and all that and the commodities, I don't want tena momentum zero, because the small caps ni momentum zero. Small caps and mid caps are not my favorite. I'd rather trade the high caps, at least huko kuna some action, so, and some considerable action. So that's why I don't talk about the Russell. I don't talk about the S&P 400. Hiyo sasa ni ile small cap. Unajua sasa Russell at least, S&P 400 hata sijui kama mshaisikia, but I don't like talking about it. So what I'll do, I'll just change my screen. I revert it back to replace to the other window ya hii side ingine. This is it. We going on, and I was talking, actually nilikuwa naongea ikiwa kwa the other screen, so I'll just do the same. Niseme we expect nini to go higher and higher. We expect the the Nasdaq, because I think that's the best average to look at right now, with what we are trading, because most of these tickers here, I think all of them here, all of the watch list yote iko under Nasdaq, because they're the mid caps, because most of them ziko above 100, if not above 100, they're above at least 50, apart from the akina GME, na hizo zilikuja hapa because it was an industry darling, I think last week and last week but one. So What I want to see the first out. I want to see it. Where I want to see price moving towards. I want to see price moving towards. I think 1975s, 750s. I mean, if you can remember what I said last time, 19750s, and price is price there? Not yet. So I think after it hits there, can we can maybe welcome some consolidation. And a consolidation, what does a consolidation means again? A consolidation means another opportunity to spring price much higher. So that's that about that. And what else can we see? If you have any suggestion, if you have anything you want to be to for us to look at, feel free feel free. Kuna our comment section on YouTube. Kuna on X we have the comment section too. Just shoot a question like the way Zach did earlier in the day. Shoot a suggestion, shoot a feedback by the way as well. Tell us what we can improve on. We want to make this the best experience kwa sababu this is kidogo how I learned my stock picking with a channel on YouTube which airs the same time, and the channel is called Traders TV. In it's from a hedge fund in Canada. So if you want to check it out as well, unaweza enda uangalie, but I'd like us to be here 3:30 to 6:30. But they go on up to 11. So you can always watch after. Anyway, what are we looking at? We can look at S&P 500. The S&P 500 looks to go higher and higher. And right now, what I can see right now, it's prices wants to break this counter trend line. And I said it earlier. I said it that if it breaks this counter trend line, I expect price to go much higher. And that's what we're seeing right now. So ah, we wait and see. I think Google wamekataa kuenda mahali popote. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Softy is trying to come back up. And, it looks to challenge the HOD, and Tesla is doing pretty much the same. Lam is doing the same. Continue going up higher and higher and higher. We've just printed an all-time high kwa Lam, and it is very exciting. Not is it an all-time high? Wait, if you go to the daily, I don't think it's an all-time high. I think we had another price earlier. We had a previous consolidation. It's much higher. Am I wrong? It was another chart. Ilikuwa zangu. So it means if we print a high of the day, it means we're printing an all-time high. So this is blue skies. This is a blue sky setup, and a blue sky setup. What a time to be alive! You can comfortably say you've traded much higher. Hapo. So very exciting if you like playing price action on a trading based level. Anyway, since we can see price going much higher and higher, we can see Illumina doing its thing, and if we have to do anything about Illumina, I'm really I don't feel very confident about Illumina. So what I'll do, I'll just take it down and replace it with the rest. So Illumina will be going down. That's what I do. I think if it's a very promising setup, it goes on top of my list. And like right now, Google is not playing a good game, but I still have a position running. So I'll take it down pale kwa the last position ile niko, and then I'm just planning how niku nitoje kuplan nini yako watch list yako, so that you cannot get confused, and then you know what you're looking at and you know what you expect from the market. So I've just improved that position D for Bank of America, and that's how we're looking, and we're looking very bullish. And if you want us to confirm the bullishness, that's how it looks. It looks very bullish. So we're just waiting for a breakout. If we are lucky enough to have a break this week, I think we can see price at least going to target I don't think we saw. Did we review Bank of America? Have we reviewed Bank of America, Leo? Have we done it? Let me just go back. I don't think we've done it. Oh, we have talked about this. So price has been very bullish this 2024 this year. So we can see another consolidation, probably to spring price much higher. And this one of the stocks is ziko below $50, and yeah, I can call it. Can we call it a mid cap? It's not a mid cap because ingekuwa Kenya sahi, I think it could be the most expensive price, and the most expensive priced asset, because the highest priced ticker in Kenya, like maju huko in the US, it is just, I think itakuwa a penny stock. Oh my god, a penny stock huku ni the highest priced, huko ni a penny stock. Oh my god. Anyway, financial deepening and broadening, huko ndio tunaenda. And this is a very pretty triangle, and I expect price to break here. And if it breaks here, I think we can see the 40s. The 40s can be here, and we will gladly use the position calculator, and expect price to go much higher, to push much higher. So that is happening. And what else should I look at? I think NVIDIA is trying to come back up, and it's just good I talk about some things. And NVIDIA is looking to come back up. Just talking easy. On a light note, nothing crazy about it. And like we saw last time, I don't think today I've talked about Qualcomm, but you remember the Qualcomm trade which was not filled, and it was not filled here. And what we can do, instead of kuishi in the past, we can just remove this and look for consolidations, aiming at what? Aiming at 222s. So the consolidation right now after breaking out, let's go to the lower time frame. I think 15 is much better and much clearer to see. And I think if you want an entry to Qualcomm right now, if it breaks this counter trend line, you can play it towards 222s. So what happens when you have, let's say, what I do, this is a triangle, right? So a triangle is a continuation setup. So after a continuation setup, if I want to count, if I want to either add on or nimeachwa na price, instead of reacting and buying it too off the chest hivyo tu without a retest, chenye nitafanya, I'll wait for a counter trend line. I'll just wait for a counter trend line. A counter trend line kama hii kisha appear, and a counter trend line ita appear aje? It will appear after a consolidation, and this is the consolidation I'm talking about. If you can go at the 15 minutes, you can see price went much higher, and it started playing around the same place. So if I want to play this price, I'll just wait for price to come break this counter trend line. If it breaks that counter trend line, I'll just enter a quick. I won't use this. Sasa nikuonyeshe sasa. I won't use this at a trough here towards there. Then after the breakout, I'll go up to here. No, I know the higher time frame we had we had 222s as my exit. So what I'll do, I'll just come here and place this here. Use 222 as my exit on the TP side, and then adjust it inside. Possibly, I won't be greedy. I'll just take a 2, a 1:2. A 1:2, why? The price iko kwa position ya inaweza cheza vile najisikia. We can experience deep retracements, especially on the higher time, because because we are not confined in any setup. Go outside the setup looking to go to the TP. So I won't be greedy. I'll just take a 1:2, and I want to show you how I do it live. let me go pull up my Qualcomm chart and how I approach it. So kama ushaanza kuchoka, stick by. I think this is the last thing I'll be doing. This is the last thing I'll be doing before I end the show. So hata nimeita show for the first time anyway. Very exciting. So what I do, I'll just draw it again. I'm not a proficient user of the MetaTrader. That's why I prefer doing my charting on the other side. I prefer doing my charting on TradingView, then come back here. But what I noticed on TradingView is that uh, TradingView prices and the prices on different brokers are very different. So what I want to do, I want to estimate this height from here to here. So I'll just take this trough niwaonyeshe tu vile naifanya. That is the 213.88. So 213.88, just a simple calculation. 213.88, 213.88 minus, I'm using a calculator. Actually nimechukua tu simu nianze kufanya hii calculation because I don't think kuna tools kama za TradingView. Aya, on the low we have 201.02. So my expectation, we expect $12. We expect $12.86 as the opportunity we expect to ride, right? So, and if you can look at where we expect price to, we saw the breakout. We saw the breakout here. So we just add, what are we adding to 10 to 10 to 10 to 10.33 plus that 12 point to 10.33 plus that 12.86. So to 10.33 plus 12.68, it is 223.19. So we come take this and go to 223. Now this is the problem with the object list, and I think MetaTrader 5 is much better to MetaTrader 4. I'm sorry. I'll just go to 223. I'll just do an estimate, and I think a lower estimate. I'll just go to 223. And that's much better actually. That's 223, 223.13. So that is my exit. So when I come here, I come estimate where I'll have my breakout, and where I'll have my breakout, I'll just come again, introduce another trend line here. This is how I do it on my end kwangu. So sijaambia mtu afanye kama mimi. Chenye tunataka, I just want to show you guys how to use a risk calculator, a position size calculator. And having done that, I estimate where I expect price to break out, and I expect price to break out here. So that is 217.43. 217.43. We just write it down. Nakuaga tuna rough book hapa, na pia when I record kwa definitely I record kwa my journal, but we have just said 217. So I pull this up. I pull up this. I want to show it to you. Sijui kama inaonekana hapo. It's a different tile. So what is happening? Can you see that? Yes, we can see it. So I want to go long, but I want to go long not now. So I'll just pull this here and say I want to go long to what, to where? Where's my entry? Let me pull this up. 217.31. 217.31. So what will our risk calculator? This is a risk calculator and how I use it. So, and our exit, my exit is to 23.18. To 13. I'll just say 13. So I have my I'll just show the lines. Let me just remove everything else to identify this chart. And I think I'll be deleting everything. And there we go. And I'll just pull these lines back up, and so we have we have this line. If you can see this upper line, can you see this upper line? I know you can't nod, I can't see, but you can see our entry. Our entry is this blue line here, and this our exit, the take profit. As you can see, I've just highlighted it, sijui kama imeonekana hiyo, and then this our entry, and then I'll just pull this back up. Now if you can see, something is changing on this other side, and I want to use a 1:2. So as you can see here, imeenda a 1:2 point, so unaona risk reward ya 2.17. So I'll just lower this. I'm not greedy, sijisiki kukula sana cause siku sijaipata place poa. So I think I'll just go lower kidogo. I think that's fair enough. 2.03. So and I want to risk what? I want to risk, I think, around 0.5, 0.5% of my account. So I just want to risk 45 and then get 93 as per the remaining balance, my account. So what I do, I'll just come, because I know my long entry, I just inanipea a position size. If you can see here, we have a position size of 0.16. So sijaingia tu hivyo, sijaingia hiyo trade kama mtu ako blind. So I'll just come here. I don't think you can see me keying in the positions, but I think after nimezikey in, you will see later, but it's 0.16. So 0.16, I have my entry, I have my pending order, and it's a buy stop definitely, because price is above there. Price is still trading below that entry point. So my entry is to 17.31. And then my stop loss is as to 14.45. And then my out on top is to 23.13. So why am I doing this? I'm doing this to show you guys. Umesikia ikiingia? Let me show it. Let me show it to you. Here imeingia hapo. So it will be triggered. Sasa zile itaenda. Why we do this? Why do you use a risk calculator, a position size calculator? Because you don't know what will happen. I'm not sure this trade is very accurate. That's why, because it's a probability game, we protect ourselves na nini, tunajiprotect na the risk management. So this my way of risk managing my trades, but I know where I'm going. So that's it. I think enough of that, and I think I'm almost nataka kufunga sasa. Let me just go back here to the other screen, and I think I can spot what the market is doing right now as we close down, as we wind up. So I think nimeonyesha vile I approach price and everything, and how I approach my trades. So we can wait for this to get triggered and all. So, and you know right now that whatever I'm doing here, whatever this RR eco, see the same na what is running on this other side. So I don't have to keep it here, but you know that you can get the picture of what is happening. So I think Tesla is back up towards ilikuwa shortly ilikuwa imeenda chini kidogo, but towards back up, and we are doing very well today. The market is very green today. We can see Softy is up and up and up. It has printed another high of the day, and another all-time high. So very exciting. We can see Lam doing its thing. Lam is doing its thing, and it's almost the TP. Very exciting. And mliona pale. Google is playing around, but it's still trying to come back up. Hey, this is the 5 minutes. Wow, amko mnaniambia the 5 minutes, and I think we can see it better from there. We can see that. We can see that. We can see the market still trying to come back to come back up, and we can see Lam trying to go to the TP point. And I showed you the TP. But what I intend to do, I'm intending to let this run. I want to take this TP. I want it to run to this area, because like I told you guys, this is just an entry point I've been given. I've been given a discount towards the TP, so I'll do the same, but I've just used this RR. So it means I'll have a better RR. Let me show you what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. So this is my entry, fine. But my exit on the TP side, nitafanya the same way I've done with Qualcomm. It will go to this point, sindio? I've just had a discount. Nime have a discount and my RR itakuwa 11.9. Yes, akaja hapa. Lakini if I hold it, it should be leading me to there. Unaona? So ni the entry nimetumia, the entry ya nini ya the consolidation ile imeappear on the lower time frame. So that is called capitalizing on. If I had this position, let me show you something. If I had this entry position ya the larger time frame ya the 4-hour setup, ningeenda itakuwa ingekuwa a good, let's say hata 1:2, si ndio? After 1:2 position ikishafika halfway my TP, what I do, I break even ama I take partials, either of the two, lakini breaking even. I take mine in other tranches, lakini I'll explain that later. So what has happened, I get another consolidation. What do I do after another consolidation happens? I take another entry, na hiyo entry itakuja ifanye nini? Itakuja nichukue na TP yake hapa, alafu nikiona iko very healthy, I just let it run to hiyo TP ingine huko juu, alafu I break even and nimeongeza RR yangu. So it means when you get an opportunity to add on, you add on and squeeze, kwa sababu you don't get these chances mara nyingi. So unaweka pale na unafinya unafinya, una maximize opportunity yako, lakini unatumia very low risk. So unaweza kuta this opportunity labda ya kwanza ilikuwa inipea kitu kama 1:2. Nimekuwa mzuri sana, nimetaka 1:2. Then this one was to give me 1:2, tuseme 1:2 ama 1:2.5, but juu imeplay out vizuri, inaenda mpaka 1:11. And what do I do? I'm doing that risk free. Na while I'm doing that, I'm using kitu kama 0.5, si ndio? 0.5 times kitu kama 11, naona that's around 5%. So it's 5% from one setup ile imetoka kutoka kwa one pair ama one ticker. So that's what I mean. Na I think nimeenda too technical on how I trade, lakini even ndio kuwa, yes, you don't have to vuna kila siku. Sometimes it doesn't go to fruition, sometimes it does, and if it goes to fruition and gives you another opportunity to make a profit out of it, you maximize that opportunity. That's what I mean. So actually the best trading haikuagi pale ati saa zile setup imeanzia, lakini sana sana unakutaga most of the gains unapata na kucapitalize any opportunity ile iko offered. So I think my time is up. It was a very good session today. I feel very excited because the market is smiling at me. So if any question, remember we are meeting I think at 8 to 9. Just short 1 hour, very objective, people to talk about whatever they think about the market, and then about the week and how they expect the week to go. So please, let's meet at 8, I mean 8 to 9. And kama mfollow kama mjafollow Top Traders Kenya, the community, join the community. If you've not followed the handle, just follow the handle, show support, show the like. Thank you. Tuonane kesho. Cheers.